All right, so you just got monetized and brands are hitting you up. Are you worried that you might be getting taken advantage of by them? Well, let's get into that now. Okay, so as you might know, if you've followed any of my other videos, I got monetized at my 14th video. It was about 160 days. And right after I got monetized, I started getting hit up. And it happened really quick. I had like 5 different brands hit me up within like 2 weeks of me being monetized. And I was like, yeah, this is awesome. Totally great. And at that time, my goal was purely, hey, if I can just get, and it still kind of is, if I can get as much free product that I can get my hands on, I can create content with it, as long as I feel that it fits within my niche and it's something that I truly would use and then recommend to my viewers, because you don't want to be fake with your viewers. But I noticed that right away, the brands would kind of insist on things, and they didn't want to pay you for it, and they knew that they could kind of get away with that because you're a smaller channel, and there's a lot of other channels out there that might just accept this free product. And I'm fine with that. I'm totally fine with that. That's acceptable when you're a new small channel. And at the time, I think I only had really like 1,100 subscribers or something like that. It was very, very low when I started getting these brand deals. So I was fine to get free product. But I'm determined with my channels and everything I do. And I want to make sure that when I'm making a video that I'm really not being taken advantage of, because I know eventually my brand's going to grow, my channel's going to grow, and those videos are going to stay on there, and they're really getting a good deal at that point. So what I started coming to the realization that I should be expecting within and setting limitations and everything. For example, a brand might come to you and say, hey, we're going to give you this product. In return, will you do a video for us? And that's completely acceptable as long as it retains as your video. If you normally have some other branded items on there that you use, like for me, Mr. Flavorsmith, I'm backyard cooking, so I'll have some other things I use all the time that I might talk about within each one of my videos, like a wireless, thermometer system, or some brand of charcoal, or whatever it is. But those are things I use every day, and they're going to be used in the video. But I might not talk about that specifically and throw out a brand name within that video. And that's totally acceptable for these other brands to request things like that. And you're not going to necessarily highlight and do close-up B-roll on different things. You're just going to do it on whatever it is that brand that gave you that product is offering you. Well, so all that working out great. And I get a couple brand deals in, and all of a sudden I get hit with like, hey, we want you to deliver A-roll, B-roll, long content, short content, and photos. And they were very specific, and we don't want them to have your brand on them. Now, this is where I have a concern with things. And at the time, I said, okay, I won't put my little watermark or my logo anywhere on the video. And on the photos that I'm delivering, I won't put that same branding on there, my own specific branding, and I'll deliver that to you. Well, to be honest, it's a lot of work. Creating videos is a lot of work. One, capturing good visual content, good audio. I mean, we've invested in the video equipment and the audio equipment, and then also the expertise to actually just execute this whole thing. And then after you've captured that now, and storytelling and all that, after you've captured that, now you have to turn that into actually a deliverable product. So now editing comes into play, graphic design kind of comes into play, photography, all these different things. And honestly, you keep thinking in your mind, hey, this is for my content, so I'm going to benefit from it too. But if a brand starts demanding specific things, That's a different deal in my book. So what I started doing is I will deliver when a manufacturer or a company comes to me, a brand deal comes to me and says, hey, we'd like to work with you. We like your content. We like the direction you're going with stuff. We have a product we think that would fit good with your viewers. So would you be interested in working with us and doing a video? I immediately, as soon as I get that first initial request, I reply back with something along the lines of like, yeah, hey, this is awesome. Great. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the opportunity and you reaching out to me and finding value in me and in my brand and what I'm able to do potentially for your company and your products and everything. I would love to work with you. This is my rate. And come up with a rate, okay? For me, it's pretty basic, right? I know what a day would cost me, to record, right? So if you just figure a video is going to cost you 1 day at a time to do. To edit, it's going to cost you 1 day at a time to do, all right? So for a video and to produce a video, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I charge $2,000 at the point of time that I'm recording this video. I charge $2,000 per video for a horizontal video, a long form video. Shorts, I charge $500 per vertical short. And the reason why that's so much different is one, your long format, that's going to be a few minutes, upwards of like a half hour, 45 minutes for me. That's just the content I produce. And then my verticals, I usually take that and cut that down, but I might specifically make a vertical just while I'm doing all of my long form. I'm going to make a vertical just for them. And that's $500. I deliver also 25 to 50 high-res, really good photos of the product in action. It looks like kind of like catalog quality stuff. And that's $800. You can get all of these things from me for just the cost of an exchange in the product and everything at this current time, but it's going to have my branding on there. If you want the unbranded content, the unbranded media, you're going to pay for it. And I did that recently on a barbecue company that sent me out a barbecue. And at first, I did exactly what I told you, and I replied back, and then crickets. I didn't hear anything. I mean, for weeks, and this was the end of 2024, and I didn't hear anything. And then I was like, okay, well, maybe it's just the end of 2024, and they're just reaching out. We'll kind of see what goes on with that. And all of a sudden, I get an email responding back from them saying, hey, your terms seem completely acceptable and we're fine with that and having your brand on everything. We want that. So thank you so much. And they shipped it out to me. So, that works out really good. And then they said, hey, if we decide to work with you in the future, we understand that there's definitely a monetary thing that's going to need to be in play. So thank you so much. So it just made me feel really good that actually did work out the way I was hoping it would work out. I want that product. I want to be able to test it. I want to be able to create a video. Whether it's good or bad, they gave it to me. I'm going to tell my viewers exactly how I feel about it because I wasn't sponsored by it. And not only that, moving forward with everything, and I think everybody that has brand deals should be like this. You should be upfront and just say, hey, I'm going to give my honest point of view. I'm going to point out the flaws and I'm going to point out the really good points about your product as well. And that's just how I roll. And I think everybody should be really honest and sincere to your viewers, to your tribe, to your community, because without them, you wouldn't have a channel. And so everybody wants that honest sincerity, Anyway, I just really wanted to share that with you, that stick to your guns from the get-go, because you don't want to get into this point down the line where you're really being taken advantage of. You just don't want to do that. You want this to be a profitable thing that you're doing. You want to know that the time and the energy that you are sacrificing and putting into this, that you're going to get a reward out of it and it makes sense. Now, if you're just doing this for fun and that's it, and you don't want to do that, fine. But you're not here on this channel if that's the case. Hope you got some value out of this. If you did, please do me a huge favor. Like this video and subscribe to the channel. I promise you, I will have a lot more content coming this way. I now have 3 different YouTube channels. So I'll get into that more later. Until next time, have a great day.